way in my time zone when my mind's gone and I'm flying home and I'm stressed out and I'm tempted to get that styrofoam and go pull it up, but you know what's up and you know that ain't gon' solve nothing. I mean, Lord forbid I might fall or something and I'm all another, cause all I need is you to hold me down like bench straps at a psych ward. It's killing me, but you still with me when I fight hard. And you digging me when I'm egging you. Deal with me when my car's pulled. Could've dealt with me, but you fell for me before I fell for you. Keep me on that right path and the right math. It's you plus nothing's everything. You my everything. Same. You ain't gotta question my allegiance, cause the way you love me, I could never leave you. I need you.
By my side, thick and thin, highs and lows, don't let go. We gon' ride, we gon' win, don't know how, all I know. You, all I ever needed. You're all I ever needed. You, all I ever needed. You're all I ever needed.
How did I fall in this? No condition that get a mention, but you offer this unconditional love, I swear I sell it all for this. Trying to keep it together, forget my awkwardness, but often it's just you and me off in this valley of shadows, and I know they trying to pick me off in this, but all I need is you. It's funny just how off I get when I ain't riding with you. No adjectives for your awesomeness. They burning one for that burnout. This life done got them all turned out. Took time out to put time in, so I turn to you when I want out. Need is you. You slow me down cause you know me now, but my phony smiling, I'm acting like it's all copacetic. It's so pathetic, so juvenile. What you do? You keep me cool in the summer when they be dressing less and I be wanting to show off and stunt. There ain't nothing to want. You give me all that I need. All I need is you to keep that fire burning for me. All I need is you.
By my side, thick and thin, highs and lows, don't let go. We gon' ride, we gon' win, don't know how, all I know. You, all I ever needed. You're all I ever needed.
1 2 1 2. What is happening, everybody? What is going on? How are y'all feeling? Welcome to F2G Radio Net by Faithful to God Radio Network. We are here and it's Friday. We excited. We in the building. We in the place. And I don't really know any other words.
We in the place.
I'm trying to fill in.
We in this piece. We in these streets. Okay. These radio.
No, that sound like fighting words. Just an introvert. Aggression was stacked on top of aggression. It didn't hit right. But listen, we gonna figure it out. Welcome to F2G Radio Net. I am B Snow. I am the creative director and the station engineer for this amazing network. And alongside my left hand, your right side is.
I am the CEO. I am Tennille. I'm his mother, and I am.
Wait a minute. You can't tell everybody my mama.
It's Black History Month. We talking about loving families and stuff. I love you, bruh.
I love you too.
Made you nervous?
Yeah. She said I'm his mama. Listen, when she said I'm his mama, that means something's about to occur, or I did something wrong. I left a dish in the sink. Something happened.
You gotta keep him on his toes, you know.
No, don't keep me on my toes. My toes, I can't balance well. I don't balance well at all.
But thank y'all one more time for joining us on this Friday. Back one more time for F2G Radio. You all have been rocking with us for over a year, and we love you so much for being here with us. Sound funny?
It sound funny. It sound weird.
So here we are representing this month, and we're live all month long. So every one of our shows will be live. You get to meet and talk to us while we're live on the radio. And then after this month, we go back to the first week of every month being live with all the shows. And then the other ones are just on F2GRadio.net. So you want to subscribe and know what we're doing. And he's going to tell you how you can catch up with us.
First of all, the first thing you do, mighty God, is make sure that you guys are following us on all of our social media platforms. There's 4 places that you can follow us. You have the conglomerate, the area, the hub of what we do, which is Faithful to God Network. That host underneath that F2G Radio at F2G.ENT, which is our entertainment company for our shows, virtual and live. And then you have the F2G Apparel, which honestly,
I am rocking today.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about the fact.
Stand up and
Go ahead and stand up and give them a little.
You know, we got to come through.
We got to come through with the unspeaking tongues. You feel me?
Yeah.
Okay, now here's the fun part about the fact that I did not realize this till just now, is that with F2G Apparel, we have the amazing opportunity to not only create our vision, but also create uniform for the kingdom. That I feel like that's pretty much like our focus.
Yes.
But at the same time, we are people. We are humans. We are black, and we love it. Period.
Yes.
So we make sure that everything that we're doing represent our people well, and also welcome other people to celebrate with us. So the crazy part about this is that our guest with us actually designs the shirt.
She does all the printing for us.
She does all the print. This lady is a phenomenal woman, period. And then her family, I mean, I was over here looking at her family picture. I'm like, they just, look at them. Look at them. Just a row of people.
Yes. Billboard ready. Feel me.
Billboard ready. You feel me? So I'm really excited about the fact that we have them in the building. But before we get to that, we also want to make sure that we encourage you guys to go to F2GRadio.net. Now here's the thing. She just said that we were going to go back into being at our home place, which is F2GRadio.net. Right now we are live on Facebook. What's up, Facebook? Live on YouTube. What's happening on YouTube? And also, we make sure that we are posting on Instagram as well because we love all of our people. However, we are building something that is meant to be not only Christ-focused, but also family-owned and a black business. And because we're doing that, we have created a home for you guys to tune in. So tune into F2GRadio.net and tune into that so that you can be able to hear all of our stuff that we are having upcoming.
And also, right after this show, you're going to sign on with us on Clubhouse at F2G Network on Clubhouse for the after party after this interview. So we'll be going right over there. You'll see us at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Hey. We want you to join us over there, y'all. We be over there having fun. We talk to y'all. Y'all get to talk to us. It's amazing. We get to hear y'all instead of reading all your comments.
Listen,
okay? So come on over there to Clubhouse.
But by the way, these comments are actually hidden. Amber J, welcome in the building. Subscribe, like, follow, back. That should be our next shirt. Subscribe, like, follow, and back.
Oh, that's all you hear this.
You feel me? Look, she
I know it's coming up. Yes, it should be your next shirt. Y'all behind. Come on here.
No, listen, we about to get on that as soon as possible. We want to be responsible for all of our stuff.
Yeah.
And finally, please, if y'all can and are willing to rock with us and be on this journey that we're calling it Faithful to God, make sure that you go into our patreon.com/F2G to tune in. This full broadcast will be on demand on there. Also, it is available on Facebook and YouTube, but we want you guys to be a part. Here's the thing. When you're on Patreon, we allow you guys to be able to not only see our journey, but also be a part in the way that when you tune in, we give you guys backstage access to what we're doing.
Real backstage.
She won't let me clip none of these videos. No. And I'm still mad because it's like, bruh, I could just light it up and make it.
No, we're not gonna make it pretty. We're gonna let them see what happens behind it when we fighting.
Nah,
we fussing. Yes.
Listen, they gonna see how many L's I take as far as fights go. This is a whole situation. No, not a champion. Yeah. Not the women's champion. That's weird. Okay, but make sure you guys are tuning in on there to patreon.com/F2G. All right. Now
let's get in.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Listen, when our guest is in the background, y'all can't tell what they're doing, but it's a whole vibe. It's a whole connection, and I love the fact that we have these people with us. We are welcoming. Well, actually, I'm gonna let you do this.
Oh, I get to.
You get to do this all this week.
Okay, listen. I'm bringing to the stage, to the platform, to the mic, an amazing team. This is Mr. Gregory and Miss Cher'Don Reynolds. Let me tell y'all a little bit. Cher'Don is the CEO. She's the CEO. Let me get that right. The CEO of ShePrintsIt.com. And I'm telling y'all, when we wanted to bring her on, and I was like, no, bring her husband too, because he gonna have all the dirt. Y'all ready for the tea?
Not the dirt. No. See, okay, here's the thing. They don't tell me this stuff until the interview. Yeah, Greg don't say nothing. Nothing cold. Stay there. Don't say nothing. I plead the fifth at all times.
She has an amazing man of God that really just, her husband supports her, and we love that because they support each other. They have a beautiful family, but we wanted to get on to learn more about them because I know the work side of Cher'Don. I've talked to her several times, but that's the part I want to know more about is the family because they're so cohesive. So let's go ahead and bring them to the platform with us. We're going to bring y'all on in, Gregory and Cher'Don.
Yo, what's happening, family?
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having us.
Doing well.
Oh, always. Can you hear? You good?
Yes. Okay. So real quick before we finish up, because Kelly is on the on set. She said, "Check it. It's chopping a little bit."
Okay, give me one moment. We are double checking to make sure all of our levels as well. But while we are doing that, listen, we've already established that this Friday has been a situation. But at the same time, how has the beginning of 2022 been for y'all? I know that y'all have been busy, but I love the fact that y'all are pushing and making things happen. So how has it been for you guys for the beginning of 2022?
You want to start?
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster because from a business perspective, we are building out our She Prints It production space. And so we're dealing with contractors and costs and inflation.
Not inflation. That's the whole thing.
Stuff. The blessing is that we have the means to do it, right? So that's a total blessing that we can, but it does not lessen the frustration of the process. And this is our first build out, so we're learning on the journey. But overall, I'm grateful. What about you? How's the 2022?
It's been busy.
Listen,
you talking to them or me?
You
talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were.
I'm looking at Greg like, oh, come on here. I'm ready for this.
I'm new to this. It's been busy. Like she said, with the build out, the stresses, the highs and lows that come with it. Personally, for myself, I've been busier this year. Different role at my job. So my schedule's changed a little bit. And on top of that, still have to come home and do mom and dad things every day.
Yeah.
So
I love it. So Gregory, what do you do exactly?
I work for our local power company.
All
right. Now I drive forklifts all day long.
Well, really?
Oh no, I can't do that, dog. You got some sort of strength in your body. I can't. No. Oh man.
I miss that. Like I love manual labor, which is weird. So I miss the forklift days and the cherry pickers. I was like, do you have a cherry picker there? Like that was my happy space back in the day.
Your shoulders won't miss it.
Look.
I know down there in Georgia they appreciate all of your service for the power because I remember the whole outage thing that went on down there and they was all freaking out. It was like, oh my gosh.
Right.
Oh, that is so amazing. I'm loving this. Now listen, let's talk about this thing. One of the things that I know about Cher'Don, you like trucking.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
Why you sounding like that? Oh, she sounds so sus right now.
She said it the first time when I first heard about it. I was like, Cher'Don trucking? You mean her husband trucking? And they was like, no, she's trucking. I'm like,
wait, she trucks?
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, okay. I got
it. So we are. I'm in partnership with an organization called She Trucking. And we are cohesive in the space where, we support all of their branding needs and all that stuff. But my happy place, like I really want to just learn how to operate a 16-wheel, 18-wheeler, whatever. Like I like challenges like that. And like I said, I'm a laborist. So anything that is manual or I think it's less about being a laborist and more of doing stuff that somebody says a woman can't do. I think that's really about my driving force. So, but no, yeah. So we, it's so funny because right before I was just on the phone with the CEO of She Trucking, and we were just talking about some things that we have going on. So yes, I do have a side hustle love for that, and I'm always looking at other entry levels to start new businesses. I am a serial entrepreneur. And so one of the things that I even told Big Greg, I watched a special about how Amazon contracts all of their drivers. And I was like, oh, and the truck is 10,000. Okay, I think I could do that. Like, let me pull that together. Let me build it. So that's where my mind goes automatically.
Oh my God.
That is crazy.
It's the grind with them. It's like, it's so funny to me. It's like, get in there, get it going, get it done. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're going to go back because I had to ask those questions before I forget. But let's go back to the beginning because we're talking about entrepreneurship and family and the Black family. But we want to talk about how you all met.
Whose version of the story do you want?
I want to hear Gregory's version first.
Yo. It's crazy how there's two versions to how people met. It's like
It's from two perspectives.
There's
right?
the truth, and then there's his story.
My side's not too interesting. For me, without knowing her or anyone in her family, I just asked a friend of mine jokingly, introduce me to somebody. He took me up on it, and through their connections, they gave me her phone number. And later on that evening, I left a voicemail.
Go ahead and tell your version because I'm ready. I know the truth. Go ahead.
No, it was just as simple as that. They connected me with her number. I followed up with the phone call like I said I was going to do. And we just spoke. We talked for a while. And that's the best version.
Wow.
That's the best version.
That's the best version.
Yeah, it was nothing dramatic. It was boring.
Wow. That's from his
wow.
From my perspective, it was very dramatic.
That's the safe way.
I am not politically correct. And so most of what he said is accurate. There's just some missing components, like the voicemail piece, because he called me more than once, right? So he called me. He's right. It was totally a blind date. There was a friend, someone he knew was friends with someone I knew, and both of those individuals was trying to put us in relationships. And so his joking comment encouraged my god sister because she seriously was trying to make me settle down with somebody for whatever reason. And so I was like, girl, that's fine. Just give him my number, girl, so you can leave me alone. He called. I missed his call. I called back and he didn't answer, but that voicemail did. I'm from Chicago. He's from Atlanta. So, and this was, we've been together for 16 years now, right? So this is a long, long time ago. But his voicemail, so you can understand him for the most part now, right?
I said something right on the voicemail.
No, I'm going to tell you how you got through. Okay, and it's going to tell our age too. But I've got his voicemail and all I heard was, Shawty rich, Shawty gonna live on. And I said, this fool got gold teeth and dirty dreads, and I am not going to.
Yo.
Okay. So the piece that tells our age is that because phones have evolved so much. I don't know if you guys remember. Well, I know your son don't remember, but I know you remember a time when cell phones was just really trying to advance, and so they added this feature where if you were on the phone with somebody, you hung up that call while somebody was calling, it would automatically answer that other number, right? Yeah. That feature didn't last long because that wasn't a good look. I was on the phone with my god sister telling her how country he was, and that this was a no-go. He happened to be calling me back because I was
Oh God. Oh God.
I told my sister, I said, here he go calling again. She hung up the phone because she knew it would force my phone to answer the other line. So I answered, but I was at work and I was like, my lunch is over, but I'll call you back tonight, right? And we did. I don't know if he called me or I called him, but we did. And we were on the phone for like 4 hours, like super high school. He was sleepy. He knew he was sleepy. He had, at the time, he had a job. He got up at like 6 o'clock in the morning. He kept saying, I'm not tired. I'm not tired.
Tired as it.
The conversation was good.
But it was an amazing conversation. We talked about everything. We talked about politics. We talked about my Black Power activism. He was able to kind of dodge some of my prerequisite questions about height and skin color by telling jokes, and they were good enough that I just deflected from it because I was in my early 20s, and so when you're in your early 20s, everything is about visual. So in my mind, you had to be over 6 feet, you had to be dark skinned, everything was visual for your expectation. Clearly.
Have you seen the kids?
Have you seen our kids, right?
God gave you what you needed instead of what you thought you wanted. Understood.
Absolutely.
No, once we got past the voicemail, we started to connect because we had some similar interests.
Yeah.
And so once we got on the phone and we actually got to know each other a little bit, got a little bit more comfortable. I guess maybe I started to slow down when I spoke to her. Maybe on the voicemail, I was speaking a little bit too fast. Did she clearly understand what I was saying? Back then, I was a little different back then. That was 16 years ago. So I was kind of like in my TI stage with my head off to the side.
Oversized clothes.
2X shirts and stuff
Oh,
like
no.
that.
Listen.
I was a little different back then.
Well, at least you didn't have the dreads, so you didn't have to worry about that part. That's amazing. I love it. You all been married 16.
Had he had gold teeth and dreads, he would have been out the box.
She's not like that's a deal breaker right there. That would be
not pass go. Do not collect $200. He wasn't gonna make it.
Well, see, I'm excited about that because it's all in the plan because y'all have some beautiful children, and so you got 2 children. And are you all working like with She Prints It? Do you all collaborate on She Prints It, or is that strictly like Cher'Don, your business, and then your husband has his business?
No, so I mean, technically, I own She Prints It, but Greg is super essential to the success of She Prints It, particularly because I'm a mom, right? Mm-hmm. And still a wife, and She Prints It is full time. I don't have another job, another source of income, and it's been the case. I've been full time in this business since it started. Mm-hmm. So it has been essential, and I tell anyone who will listen that I have to give Big Greg so much credit because he didn't quite understand what I was trying to do, and he said to me like, I don't know what you're trying to do.
Big Greg.
Oh, we don't call you Big Greg in front of other people. That's what happened when you at home doing the interview because you just start using your at home.
Right, you're comfortable.
You're comfortable.
They may not understand.
Right, because our son is Lil Greg.
Lil Greg, right. Big Greg, yeah.
But it's like in the beginning, it's all a grind. It never ends. It's just, as they say new levels, new devils. I don't like to give the devil no energy, but new levels, new challenges, new adventures, new things to explore and experience. And so, but definitely at the start of my business, everything was about, kissing babies and shaking hands. So I was always out traveling, going to shows, networking, whatever. And he was like beyond supportive and still is beyond supportive, making sure the kids were good, that somebody was there for their homework, that, if they had a game or a practice for their sporting events, he was there while I was out trying to build a legacy for our family. And so I'm so grateful to him for that. And at this stage, as we are expanding even more, to be able to have my husband come in and become the production manager in the business is such a blessing, that you can build something and create not just opportunity for people within the community, but within your own household, is a blessing. So as much as, I give him mess in person, anytime I have the opportunity to tell anybody else, right, that I'm so grateful for him. I always say that he's not perfect, I'm not perfect, but we're perfect for each other. We're an amazing balance.
I love that. Okay, so I want to give kudos to Greg. Because listen, people always try to talk about how when women are working that shouldn't be where the man is not doing. He's doing more than enough because he's already working. But taking care of kids is not no easy job, because if you flip the roles, you have women yelling, I take care of kids, I do the. So if you're tired, what you think he is? You had them. They already know you like that. It's like the connection is there. So you're putting a lot of energy into that. So thank you for helping her get to where y'all can get to y'all thing and do y'all thing great. It's wonderful. I've been watching the videos, the Instagram reels of the reconstruction, and I was like, is that her husband walking through there? Where's we hear you, but I see him.
Nobody knows me.
Who's that guy?
A couple things. And to her point, how she so eloquently stated how I support her in the business. So you guys heard that. And all I heard was, I need shirts printed. Go. As far
I can't see it.
Listen, Greg was like, we're going to put this out here so you understand it.
Listen, this is exactly what she.
But that when it came back, this was the bounce back or whatever.
Right.
And I do that with this one a lot. While we work together, I'm always like, hey, so we got to get this going, and I need this, that, and the other. And I'm like, you're doing a good job. And he's like, well, hurry up.
Right.
Pretty much.
That part.
That's what we are.
As far as the kids and taking care of the house and stuff, that's not difficult. It's our role as parents. And just because she's running a rolling this full-fledged business and I'm working all day, those things don't stop. Our kids love what she's doing, our kids love what we're both doing, but they also got their own things going too. And so we always got to remind ourselves to kind of just slow down and don't forget them. Because you try to forget sometimes, but they got to eat too.
Right.
Man. We may forget sometimes they get hungry.
I get it.
You don't have black CPS on us.
Look, they ain't got to worry about it. I saw your daughter on when you were doing the garage show. Remember you were doing the sale?
Yes.
And she was in there packing and helping, and she was just like, I'm hungry. And I was like, I heard you. I got it.
But she's very much so. So our kids are absolutely like an even split. This house is an even split because my son, the Gregs, are super just like chill, laid back, not doing too much, could go into their own little corners and we don't even know that they're in the house.
Wow.
And the Cher'Dons, because my daughter is a Cher'Don, also her.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So the Cher'Dons are extra. Okay, like we are on 10 all the time. And so it's really awesome because like I really have a mini me. And I remember one of the first times I took her to bend with me in the AUC I think we were at Spelman. and she was about 2-3 years old, and she wanted to hand out cards, and she was walking up to people and she was handing out business cards, and this group tried to walk past her, and she literally just stood in front of them and was like,
Period.
She was like barricading business.
She's got that go-getter spirit.
She has a go-getter spirit. And a young lady came over to the section. She looked at something and she didn't buy it. And London said, well, why she look at it if she not going to give us no money? Like, that's her energy. Even now, we were riding home and she said, I thought you were going to set up so that I can sell my old toys online on your live videos. So she's all about, how do I produce income? She hates the idea of being broke. She's always counting how much money she has, and she never wants to spend all of it. So that's me all day long.
But she'll spend all mine.
Yeah. And it's also me all day long.
Dang.
Look, they like keep eyes but spend yours so I can make sure I still got mine. Right. You know, just in case.
Come on, just in case.
Because I got us. I always got us, so we good. If I got it, we got it.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that. So, and like I know that your daughter works inside the business as well, right? Sometimes she comes in and put in hours with you. What about your son? Does he feel like he wants to do that sort of thing, or he see more following behind dad?
He's his daddy's son.
Yeah, we don't know about him yet. Yeah, he's a brand new teenager. He don't really know what he want to do. His mind is everywhere.
Mm-hmm. He's traditional to this generation. He thinks he wants to be a YouTuber or a gamer, and his mind. Now, what I will say that I appreciate, because I believe in speaking truth to power, and I believe that your words can wield your future. And he's always talking about having all of this money and living in California and being very wealthy. And coincidentally today when I was riding home, I happened to stumble across an interview that Eddie Murphy did, and they were asking him, like, how did you know that you had it? And he was like, he said, I didn't know. And he specifically said, when I was 13, and our son is 13, and he said when I was 13, he asked his mama for some money for some ice cream. She said, I ain't got no money. And he said, I ain't gonna be broke when I grow up. Like, and he told himself that he would be famous. And so at 13 he started to say that he was famous. He said by 15 he started to put a year on it. So he said by 18 I'll be famous and rich. And he said by 19 is when he was on SNL and all of that stuff. And so he realized that he willed that into his life. So I pray that that's Lil Greg's story, because he does power to what his future desires are. Now, what avenues he's taking to get there, we don't know that yet.
Oh, man. I love this. This is so amazing.
I love the fact that you guys are really not only supportive of your children, but you really are just. I know, I can only imagine, because I'm thinking from my perspective as a son and as a child, to see that my parents are actually supporting my dreams, even when I don't even know what I want to do. It just shows that my support system and the people around me are rooting for my success. Outside of you guys, have y'all built, like, y'all know, like the saying, it takes a village to raise a child? Have you guys built a full village for them, to where, like, if y'all ain't there or if you guys are busy, that there's other people that are still supporting them, at least maybe a quarter of what y'all doing?
Look, in our radius, I have my sister the next block over, my mom 10 minutes away, her sister 15 minutes away, and her mom 15 to 20 minutes away.
Wow.
So it's here.
Yeah.
We can call on any of them at any time if we need any help. The issue is if they pick up the phone.
Hey, I love the fact that Greg is really honest about everything. Like, there's not, like, he like, yo, I'm being.
He's like, they in place. It's who gonna be on deck.
There's no need to fluff it around.
Listen.
I would speak like the truth of the matter, especially with my mom. My mom was literally just here. We just took her home yesterday because we needed her to be present while some work was getting done. so that we can go do whatever it is that we have to do. And my mother is very much so like a independent, youthful woman. She's out dancing. You Chicago people, she steps. She goes stepping like 4 days out of the week easily. But she is always there when we call. Yeah. And, and even my sister-in-law and my son for Christmas, like any holiday come up, he want to go over his Auntie Amy house because he loves her cooking. I don't know what that said about you, Greg, because, we know I ain't cooking, but no, like, so he loves being over there. My sister always has their back. If push come to shove, if I just got to show up and drop them off, like that's the energy that we have. My niece called earlier and was like, Titi, I want to come over your house for the weekend. It's like, okay, get in the car. So we have that structure where, push come to shove, we can just drop these, intertwine, drop the babies off here. His niece and is grown old enough, she got a car, push come to shove, Ashley come pick these kids up for us. So the village is definitely there. One person, somebody out of that circle gonna answer the phone. That's for sure.
Yeah, we've had moments where we've had to call on them real quick. I will say though, to what Cher'Don said just a second ago, her mom's been the biggest help recently due to, we got this build out going in our basement right now. And, her office schedule and my work schedule is I'm at work every day. She's at the office every day. We need someone here when the contractors are here. Mm-hmm. Right. And so her mom will come over and stay here a couple nights while they get all the work done while we're gone. Mm-hmm. And so that's a big help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone keep an eye on those, eye on them.
Oh, that's awesome. Shout out to mom. I love that. I'm loving that cohesive. Y'all have that family. The family structure is so tight that you can depend on other people and not have to worry about it. So it makes you be able to flow. So y'all, I hope y'all watching and listening and hearing this. It's time for the families to get together, work together, and make things happen together. That's how you flow in life. Mm-hmm. That is so amazing to me. Okay, y'all.
So say real quick too before we pass on with the family dynamic. I would say like I don't want to say get back to, but there's like just some old school assumptions about certain roles that we need to get back to. Like I said, my mother lives her best life, but she's still very much so present as a grandmother. She still absolutely is that person that we can call on. With my sister-in-law, like she and my sister absolutely spoil these kids. Like the first time our kids had some name brand shoes or some Nikes or anything fancy, it was because of their aunties. And they spoil them in the role that an auntie is supposed to spoil and uncles spoil their nieces and nephews, right? And so not only do we have our family, but they still operate in those traditional roles that we were raised in, and how I was raised.
Right.
Like I was raised in the wilderness.
I was like, oh, should I?
Like how I was raised.
I'm just messing around. We silly together, so don't pay us no mind. But no, so kudos to folks who are still just operating in that space.
And that's a good way to transition this segment, because it's the learning more about yourself, learning more about your family, understanding what your role is in the family, and playing that role, even though you have your life outside of what you do in here. Yeah. In here, you're making sure that we still flow the way we need to flow as a family. That's amazing. You want to go ahead and transition over to?
Well, listen. First of all, thank you guys so much. You guys are really hitting it home with this interview, and honestly, I feel like I'm really just talking to my people the whole time. Yeah. So. I'm really glad that you guys are on. We're going to take a quick break. For those who are now joining us, if y'all decide to come in on Black People Timing, which I feel like, honestly, we need to get rid of that whole time. We got to get rid of that. The whole stereotype with the whole Black People Timing thing. No, you just came in because you was late. How about that? But listen, thank you guys for joining. Anyway, we appreciate you guys. For those who are on Facebook, YouTube, welcome in. We are talking with Miss Cher'Don and Mr. Greg Reynolds, and I love them so much. So we're gonna go ahead and transition into a break really quick. But before we do, I want to make sure you guys know that you guys can make sure to put in the comments that you want to add your questions or anything that you have. We are giving you the open invite to do so. So make sure you guys are doing that, all right? But we're going to go ahead.
And if you came in late and you don't quite know what's going on, go over to sheprints.com. Sheprints.com. Check out the website.
She like doing that.
And go ahead and ask your questions right here while you have her right here and have him right here. You can ask as many questions as you want. We're ready for it. So we'll be back with Greg and Cher'Don.
But before we go ahead and go into this, I want to make sure that we are giving y'all an opportunity to listen to some music. Yeah. We are going to listen to Sunday Morning because I love this song, Game Cap. We're going to listen to Sunday Morning by Lecrae and Kirk Franklin right here on F2G Radio.net.
I've been messed up, stressed out with no luck. But every time I wake up, I get a chance to wake up. Thank God I got a chance to wake up. Wake up, another day that get my kick up. Cause every time I wake up, I get a chance to wake up. Wake up, wake up.
Wake up, little slick. Get up out of bed. You was like a couple steps away from being out of here. Thank you for my granny prayers. Thank you for my partner now. I thought I was finished, yeah. Jesus told me start again. I will party sundown till day's end. Making money that I can't spend. I had a failing marriage and some fake friends. I had to doubt my doubts and let faith in. Was broken. God done brought me out like I was Moses. I'm chosen. Woke up Sunday morning feeling focused. Funny acting. Swipe left, yeah. That's on mamas, always capping. Swipe left, yeah. No more drama. Boy, you know you blessed. Last night was a mess. God just hit refresh.
I've been messed up, stressed out with no luck. But every time I wake up, I get a chance to wake up. Thank God I got a chance to wake up. Wake up, another day that get my kick up. Cause every time I wake up, I get a chance to wake up. Wake up, wake up.
Wake up in the new Diablo. Father touched me like I'm Pablo. Sunday service on the front stoop with a cup of tea in the condo. Tony Evers kicking convo, walking me through my storm. And I ain't grew up hearing gospel, but I got it playing this morning. I done been through this a time or two. I keep going back, but now I'm finally through. I'm like, if I was God, I'd be tired of you. Be open arms like he desired you. I'm like, wow. Smoking, sipping, slipping, thought I lost my grip, and wow. Pulled me back and told me I'm forgiven.
I woke up Sunday morning, wait up on my chest. Had to remind myself that every day I'm blessed. Cause every time I wake up, I get a chance to wake up. Thank God I got a chance to wake up. Wake up, another day that get my kick up. Cause every time I wake up, I get a chance to wake up. Wake up, wake up. Wow.
Yeah. 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 Seasons change the color so quickly, it's hard to keep up with the leaves. Cause everybody leaves. On my birthday, Kobe, Gigi, and 7 souls remind me that the tree of life is so uncertain. And tomorrow has unpredictabilities as colorful as the smiles that took off that day. May that Sunday morning resonate past trophies and trinkets in the ongoing pursuit of more to sober us with the humbling truth. My life and your life is just a vapor. And if what you see is all you see, then you do not see all there is to be seen. Quickly, we leave.
All right, testing 1 2 1 2. We could 1 2 1. Okay, I ain't gonna do that because that makes it seem like yep. There we go. Listen, welcome guys back to F2G Radio Network. I am B Snow. Once again, I am the creative director of this amazing conglomerate and system of brands and businesses. Side note,
Am I the sign up?
yeah, no,
You said sign
I
up.
wasn't doing that to you. I wasn't doing that to you. But yeah, so side note, I have with me
Tennille, the CEO of F2G Everything.
the mother ma'am of all. And we have with us Miss Cher'Don and Mr. Greg Reynolds, one of the dopest people.
Yeah,
You feel me?
Team, they are amazing, y'all.
It's a thing. It's a thing when you actually meet people and you see them and you see their like the connection that they have, and it's a whole different breed. Side note, before I bring them back up, I was actually working on the flyer that you guys see every week, and I was looking at this picture and I was like, yeah, standard. Like it's just like bullet point to life.
Yeah.
Like put that as like, hey, this is what a black family should look like at all times. Then another point that I noticed was that we already talked to them about Lil Greg and Big Greg.
Yes.
The son looked just like his daddy. Like he looked just, same head and all that. Like this, it's the same people.
They mini-me's. They literally got their own mini-me's.
We gonna go ahead and add Cher'Don and Mr. Greg right back up. Y'all look the same. Y'all are twins for real. Like,
yes, this is amazing. We were at the pictures. It was so funny. If you notice, I wonder if y'all noticed. Did you notice on the flyer that your son is closer to you all on the flyer than he is on the actual picture we got?
Oh no, I didn't even notice that.
so I took because I'm like, I'm like, you know what? Let's bring it all together and just
because I was like, he had to look like I'm good right here where I am, a little bit separated. We was like,
that's true.
I'm Mr. Cool.
Yeah.
He was over there yeah.
That is so true. And that's so funny because that picture is only like a year, maybe 2 years old, and he looks totally different. He still looks just like him, but he has his big boy face. He's no longer in his baby face. Makes me sad.
Tall.
Listen, we got some people in the comments that I think you guys know. I'm not sure, but Donald Russell is here.
That's my daddy.
Okay. I was like, yo,
Miss Cheryl Russell.
Listen, they all here.
My mama. So fun fact.
Hi.
So fun fact. If you pay attention to those two people who just popped up, that is exactly how I got my name. So that's why the apostrophe is essential.
Oh,
Cher'Don.
That makes all sense.
It also shows you how petty my parents are. They were like, we went half on the baby, we going half on the name. That's it. Like neither one was willing to compromise to give the other one credit on the name, so they just went down.
They was like, no, we're gonna put our names.
We're gonna do this as a family now. This is me and you. It's us. And she gonna have us as his name. Okay. That is so cool. I love it. Oh my God.
That is crazy. I love this family dynamic, man, for real. We are gonna go ahead and transition into the next part of this interview. I have the biggest question for y'all that I really think is going to
Your mom is laughing at you.
Yo, I can't even listen. I love this the whole time. When your mama in the comments, and your dad like, yo, we are present. we are here in support of our family.
Man,
look. But my question to you guys is, how has it been now? Understanding that we are really focused on building ourselves up outside of our circumstances, but there is no denial that we are still making it through and being triumphant over this thing called the pandemic. And it's really been a thing that has really shook a lot of people. And now the world is really trying to figure out a way of finding quote unquote normalcy. But how have you guys been able to navigate through this whole thing, business, family? Like, how has this really changed your lives? And also, how have you made it to not be your situation that you're just gonna stick with, but you actually gonna come out on top?
You want to start?
Yeah, I guess like a lot of people, we just trying to make the best out of it that we can. Take all the precautions that we can. Try our best to live somewhat of a normal life. Try not to just restrict ourselves to the house. Try to get out and do some things, but be smart about it also. It's affecting us like everyone else with the supply shortages and everything else. So, our mentality is just roll with the punches, I guess.
Yeah.
Be smart about it, and if we ever come out of it, then fine. If not, this is our new normal, and we're just gonna adjust.
That's real.
I'm pretty much a straight down the line type of guy, and I view things just like that. Whatever's in front of me, I like to say it is what it is.
Yeah,
And
listen, that's my favorite line.
And a lot of people, they may not like to hear that, but I navigate my circumstances. Whatever's in front of me, it's okay. I found a way around it, through it. Doesn't matter. I won't complain too much about it. I just go because I know we have to.
Yeah.
We can't stop. So we
Yeah.
can't allow any of this to stop us or anything, or we'll fail.
That's right. And failure is not an option.
Not an option at all.
It's just another obstacle.
Yeah.
And it's not the last obstacle.
That part.
And it's probably not the biggest obstacle.
That part too.
So
Yeah.
Dropping all the
Man.
things. I was gonna say that, not the same thing, but similar in life has always been a challenge to some degree. And I think that speaks to why we do such a good job of maintaining, sustaining our family dynamic, because we're no strangers to life challenges and things being difficult, and I was raised in Cabrini Green in Chicago. So life, as they say, ain't always been a crystal stair, right? But what I appreciate in my upbringing is that there was always a light at the end of the tunnel. We absolutely, like my mom did an amazing job of making sure that we still went to the museums and got out and saw things. And so despite what the situation appeared to be, it didn't feel like that to us. So I think, for me, I'm able to say, yeah, this is not ideal, but how do we make it work? And Greg very much has that mindset, because he's just a straight shooter. So he like, okay, so what we doing? That's what we're doing. Okay, then boom. And we move forward, because there will be something else. That's life. There's always going to be a challenge. And if you don't figure out how to jump over those hurdles, then they're just going to keep coming, and you're going to just let them all run into you. So you have to pick, you have to decide where you're going to stand in that challenge, and fight past the fear. And for me, it's kind of like my faith is essential to me being able to push past any fears or challenges that come my way.
That's real.
Oh my God,
that's major.
That's good.
I'm being honest, like y'all really have been like knocking it out the park with these questions. Like y'all already prepped for it. Like I'm pretty sure y'all cheated and was like, all right, I'm gonna find a bunch of interview questions and we gonna get it right. And just I'm like, bro, y'all answering these questions. Wait, these are all sound bites. Just heads up. This is just
this is our very first interview together. So Big Greg is.
Are you serious?
He's a total introvert. This is
my
world. So you guys are the first for us.
Come on here.
I like that.
She called me a couple hours ago and I was at work, said, well, we got that interview today. And I was like, what you talking about? Oh, okay.
Greg got set up.
Like, well, like there's this thing that you have to be here for. So just come and just sit down and talk. That's it.
I just say that there was no prep work. We saw each other for the first time today, 20 minutes before it started.
Wow.
We had just got home.
Oh my God. Well, I'm loving this because we don't prep questions. We just ask what comes to us or what we were thinking about when we talked about you all coming on. And so there was a lot of things that we had questions about. And knowing Cher'Don from working with her, I really just wanted to know who was the man behind this woman on the side of this woman
You
that's
feel
walking with
me?
this woman. Because she does so much, and I was thinking, how her husband feel about it.
Look.
I think a lot of people be thinking that. I know a lot of people think that because I've had more than my fair share of good intentioned, seasoned women giving me advice on
I like that. Here we go.
Make sure that I am, like that traditional, if you're not taking care of him, somebody else will take, just these false narratives that people put into the universe. A man can go and he can leave the country to take on a job, and everybody's like, kudos to him. He went to make money for the family. And the woman does something as simple as start a business and still in the house, ain't went nowhere. But just working and building an empire, and they're like, you better be careful, girl. You doing too much. Make sure you don't, But we
I see him
have
when he
such
walks
a
through the
great
door.
connection that we get. And he tell me, Gregory got a lot of good nonverbal cues that tell me when it's too much.
Yeah, he's like, give you the eye, like, okay, now we're doing this.
Yeah,
okay.
The little lane. Listen, we got a few comments in here. We're gonna go ahead and transition into the ending part of the interview. But I believe Miss Cheryl said their success is that they have each other's back. Period. Partners for life. I love it. The fact that she used the one, I love that. Look, these 100s is giving me life full time. And then Pops said, what you talking, Lucy? Yo, and
that is funny to me. I love it. Okay, so I do want to ask, what is it looking like for you all as far as business for the future? What are you expecting to happen? Because you have become one of the most known female printing companies, like women owned. And it's like you've been in some of everything. What has been going on? Because every time we turn around now, your name and company name is in something. Or somebody following you with a camera.
I know I'm late to the game. But she was actually interviewed on 85 South.
Yeah.
So that was a whole situation. I was like, no, why I just not see this?
I'm like, it's so, yeah.
Let me say something to that. And I truly believe with that question, if she tells you what's the ending, then that's it for the business. You shouldn't be able to see the end. You should be able to try to figure out how to move on, how to expand as long as you can. There really is no end and no end point. You just got to keep going.
Yeah.
Find out more things to do, more ways to expand, new ways to grow.
Right. The only thing that's an end for me is that I want to retire. Retire is the wrong word because I still want him working, right? I just don't want him to have to leave.
Who, me?
You. No. That's my goal, is for him to not have to work his 9 to 5 unless he wants to. Right?
Yeah.
Like, exactly. And for some people that's weird, right? But for me, I can't think of any other way or a better way to show him how much I appreciate what he's done and how he has sacrificed for our family. And he's looking all over the place because this is uncomfortable for him, right? Because he don't do compliments well at all.
Yeah,
he doesn't. But the truth of the matter is, like, that's it. That's the next level of sheep. There's so many levels that he's right. There's no end. I literally have so many expansions. It's still within our industry, but there's so many different companies that it will expand out to. That I'm building something that nobody in my stratosphere will have to worry about anything. That and not because I'm giving handouts, because I don't believe in that. But because I am creating space and opportunities, one of the biggest next steps that I'm excited about in the coming years is structuring the company as a franchise model, because I want people to have ownership. And I want to create a space where people in my community can own a piece of the pie. There's not enough time in the day to tell you all of what's next. But what I will say is, don't believe me, just watch. Okay.
Yes.
Man, listen to me.
I love it.
Look, if we had the license to cover that song, I will play that. I promise you, that is like a major. Okay, mind you, I wouldn't be playing the normal one. I would play the Super Bowl one with him and Beyonce. It would be a thing.
Can I say something?
Yes.
I've heard her mention many times before how I sacrifice. I don't like that. I don't like that word. I don't consider what I do sacrifice, and I support. I'm not giving up any freedoms for her to have a business or live her dream. It's nothing like that. I'm living with her. You know what? We make it work because we are probably two of the most different people that will ever be together. We don't like the same thing. I mean, we just different.
Yeah.
And so, honestly, with my mentality, when she's pushing and pushing and pushing, I know to just get out the way. And I just let her do her.
Yeah.
And, from my perspective, when she first asked me years ago, when she first told me she wanted to do this, it wouldn't have been smart for me to say, I don't think you should quit your job. Because I think that eventually would have led to resentment. And if your partner has a dream, then it's your job to fully support that and see how far it can go. And then run with it as far as it can go. And you just always support. But sacrifice, I haven't sacrificed anything. I still watch all my sports.
He's like, what I lose? I ain't lose nothing. I think I'm gaining.
Look, man, I love that though. You're not sacrificing. You're supporting. I really, yeah.
I was ready for that because I knew that this was going to be one of those things where when I said end, because I know how she speaks to me when we talk about business, and I was waiting. So I was like, she's going to come in. What you talking about? But, it's so much to that because she's pushed me even talking to her about what I wanted to do is like, okay, get on top of this because you got to do this, 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 and this. So what we doing? But everything that I'm looking forward to doing also includes working with She Prints It. So, it's like Black owned, y'all. We stay connected. We grounded in this. We ready for it to move forward. And everything that we do is going to make sure that it's growing for our communities. So, y'all, get on the site. Make some purchases. You start a new business, check out her starter packs. Okay, get on there and check out what you can do. Talk to her. Like, she is willing to talk to you. Place the orders on the website.
Please and thank you. And if you don't place orders, I'll be looking at you just like this.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. This is one thing I want to debunk real quick. Black owned businesses does not mean free. It don't mean discounted. It means you pay and that you're building into a legacy so that we can have our own wealth.
Yeah.
You can't do a hat what?
I'm gonna say it. Point to us like you point to them.
If I could just add, as a collective, not just about She Prints It, I appreciate when the term support is used properly.
Yes.
But understand that you are not doing anybody a favor when you choose to do business with a Black-owned business. So if your energy says that I'm doing this because it's charity, because I am trying to sow a seed and help them out, if any of that resonates in your spirit in that moment, A, there's an opportunity for you to sit with yourself, meditate, and figure that out. But B, also that in that moment, I want you to remove yourself from my site. Okay,
that's right.
Please and thank you.
Yes,
I don't want. It's a business. We don't go into Walmart and say I'm just trying to support support. You don't even know the owner of Walmart. He could walk past you, you won't even know what he looked like. You go into Target, you go to Starbucks. You don't say I'm just trying to support Starbucks. So let's stop doing that within our own communities. Buy it because I offer thousands of promotional products, multiple print services, graphic design, and so much more. And if your business needs those services, that our focus is quality experience and high quality products, and we are here to service you. But we are not a charity, and we are also not cheap.
Mighty God.
And the other thing is that familiar spirit. Just because you know me does not mean you get a discount.
Ain't no family
Just
discounts
because
over here,
I said
dog.
hi to you don't mean that you can come in and go, you know what? I mean, how much you gonna give it to me for me? The price that it was on when you saw it on the website.
On the website. It don't change. There's no in-person price versus this is not Eventbrite. You are not paying a different in-person price. No. And shout out to Eventbrite. That's not a shout out all to Eventbrite. We love y'all.
But
y'all
you know what? What I will say is that there is a different experience that comes with Black-owned businesses, because by nature we're givers and we are nurturers, particularly Black women. We're always trying to go above and beyond for everyone. So I will say it's to your benefit to do business with a Black woman-owned business, because like you said, you know me because you ask me questions and I'm gonna tell you. When you order something from any of my competitors, I won't say their names, but no, I don't consider myself with the little people. No shade, just telling the truth. What I'm saying is, you can't pick up the phone and call VP. We're gonna call them VP. You can't call them and say, "Well, what do y'all think?" Because I'm trying to expand my business and I'm trying to figure out what additional products I should get. They're not gonna deep dive and have a conversation with you on what you should buy, how you should use it. And none of those other websites will do that either. But we genuinely care about your success. And where I buy my soaps from, I do a lot of business with Black women-owned businesses. We have the same publicist, and she goes above and beyond the quality for us, because that is the true superpower of a Black woman. So you really slipping on your pimp and slacking on your macking if you ain't doing business with one of us anyway.
I'm sorry.
Okay, y'all. Let's forget this whole interview. I love y'all. Like, Greg, you included. I love you, dog.
Y'all been cuffed, y'all family.
Y'all look,
So for y'all who have seen us out and over the past, I think I got my jacket done 2 years ago, and so I've been wearing it around the back. So my I Am Tennille jacket with the logo on the back. I had so many people ask me about it. This is the beautiful woman who helped us create it, because she actually had to straighten me out on my design. So she helped me create it, and that is where you're going to get it. So you want to go over to sheprinted.com and go ahead and purchase your items. Get your different products, your promotional products. We are still purchasing from her 2 years later. I don't go anywhere else.
We don't go anywhere else.
We want to go, and this is where our companies that are flourishing from us will be, because she's amazing. And it's not because just because she's Black. No, she's quality. Hello, quality. That's the most part about this. You're going with quality, not just because you know her, but because it's quality. So we want to make sure that you are supporting this family by supporting the business and letting them keep going on with what they're doing while you're maintaining your business and growing your business. You get the quality products that you need to come out. Okay, so listen, let's get this grind on, y'all finna see it, because he gonna put it up. He ain't gonna let it go.
I ain't no. y'all just in case y'all thought y'all was going to a different site, you're not. You're going to here. Okay, you're going down. As you scroll down, hold on, let me make sure y'all can see it all the way. Mighty God. Okay, y'all scroll down.
There you go.
And you go shop now. Then you go on to the other stuff that you listen. We don't play games over here.
The information is right there for you. Make sure that you're contacting her. Make sure that you're following up. And if you email her, respond back to your email.
Listen,
if she email you,
do it in a timely manner, please and thank you. I would appreciate that.
And then, you know what? I want to tell that little story, Cher'Don, when we talked about like shipping and stuff. Like the post office is not faithful to us. I just want to say, we put an order in for mugs, amazing mugs. I did the design. Cher'Don straightened it out because I messed up some stuff. And She got it together for me, right? They shipped it, and the post office, y'all. Don't be calling talking about this that happened. It's the post office. It literally is. They literally threw this box all over the place. So I got like half of the month. Did she take care of that order? Reset it up, repackaged it, contact them. She made sure I sent her in the pictures. Don't be trying to play her. Pictures and everything else to show her exactly what was going on because that's standard. So don't ask for quality work if you're not gonna give her quality customers. Yo, don't come back. And she to you.
Can I just take you? Can I just take you around with me? Okay,
like when you want me there. I told Kelly I got a flight on the side if I got to come to Georgia. Hey, don't be like this. Listen, I'm like it's the way, it's the give and take on that because you're ordering things and you want to make sure that they're good for you. You want to get the same service that you would give to somebody else where you feel like it's coming. Listen, to treat us the same way. Black-owned businesses, we are here for you all. And listen, look at this Black family, y'all. This is a family that's tight knit, and we're not saying they perfect. She already said that. We're not saying they don't go through stuff. It's still just making it through together. They're sticking together to make it happen. So I am excited. I'm so happy y'all came.
Listen to me. I am really grateful for you guys for coming on. Y'all are the bomb.com. We're gonna go ahead and end the interview, unfortunately, because I don't want to stop.
Comments coming up there.
We got Miss Cheryl said, thanks to Neil and B Snow for the F2G Radio Network support. Much love and continued success and blessings. And of course, our team is on sincere appreciation and many thanks to you as well. We want to reciprocate that.
Oh, there she go. There's our publicist.
The best publicist in the world.
Mama said she's gonna make sure you understand this is She Printed LLC, okay?
ShePrinted.com.
Mama on her job.
She understood the
That's
assignment.
right. Our biggest cheerleader.
You feel me? So we got the people in Mr. Donald.
Well, you know what? It's funny that my dad says that because my mom, my dad, my cousins, my grandma, like they all come to me to buy and they never ask for discounts. Never. My mother gets so upset when I try to give her stuff for free, right? My grandmother went off on me because I told her, I said, well, just tell me what you want, Grandma. I'll send it to you. She said, how you running the business if you giving stuff away? That don't make sense.
Right.
And so, you know, for me, if my own family wants to pay and I have to forcefully sneak in ways to give them discounts and extra goodies and stuff like that, then they have set the standard. They set the bar for what's going to happen around here. So I know they have, my family has been essential in helping me be clear on what my worth is, my value. If they understand how valuable I am, the rest of the world needs to get on board.
I know that's right. Sure. So I'm going to ask you all before we close out, if there's one thing that you can give those who are coming up, working in business as a family, husband and wife, the one thing that you all each can say to them, what would it be?
You want to go first?
What's the question again?
If you had one piece of advice to give to a family that's up and coming and trying to build out a business the way we did, what would be your advice?
Find your support system. Don't give up.
All right. That's what I'm talking about.
Don't give up. You'll feel worse if you give up.
Yeah. I echo that. I would just add to that. Once you find your tribe, so I am a more spiritual person, and for me, when I started She Printed, I prayed about that first, and I was really clear. And I mean, I always remember this like it was yesterday. I specifically asked God to remove people from my life that wasn't supposed to go on this journey with me. And when I told you, overnight they started dropping like flies. Like, I didn't even know we had beef. What happened? Why y'all don't want to talk to me no more? And I was like, duh, you prayed that away. And then I, in that conversation, I realized, let me be more specific. Okay, getting rid of those, replace them with people who are meant to go on this journey with me. And the people that I've connected with in the last 5 years have been exactly what I needed, in addition to the tribe that I already had to get me where I'm going. So just be conscious about who you share your space with, because no matter how strong you are, determined you are, if you surrounded by negativity, you're going to lose every time. Yep. So change your circle, find your tribe, be committed, and never give up.
Oh my gosh. Yes, that's good.
We love this.
We love y'all so
whole
much.
Time.
Like literally. We're going to have dinner down there when we come
You
down.
feel me? It's going to have to be a thing. Well, we thank you guys so much. We are going to go ahead and pull you guys to the back area. Don't leave just yet. We're going to go ahead and give you guys a couple words of departure. Yes. Before y'all go.
Thank you all for joining us. And Greg, listen, I heard that you probably wasn't going to talk much, but I think you held your own.
The man gave some gems. Let's not disregard. The man got power in his words. The man was getting, listen. Let's disregard like this. I'm known for disregarding interviews. Yeah. Greg, you literally just gave me homework, dog. Like literally gave me homework to literally work on a lot of stuff that I needed. So I appreciate you for real. Like, seriously.
Well, I appreciate y'all. Y'all didn't ask me anything too difficult. Everything I said, I meant. I tried to be as straightforward as I can. So as long as we can have a good, genuine conversation, I'm okay with it. Like she said, I'm not the most outgoing person in the world, but I could put a few words together every once in a while.
I know, right?
Get little sprinkles, little.
This is good. Yes, well, we definitely got to have y'all back again. We're gonna have to figure this out. I feel amongst royalty. We'll talk more about that though. Coming up. But thank you all so much for joining us, and we will be with you all real soon.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank y'all for real.
All right. Okay. So that was one of those.
That was
definitely.
Okay. For those who don't know what this is, for those on the radio who don't see me doing this, we are right now tapping our nose. Amber J, anytime that she likes something, she always taps her nose and says that was a good one. Yeah. So that was a good one.
Yeah.
But yeah. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We were supposed to end at 6.
That's okay.
Did not work out like that because we actually got some goodness inside the room. So we appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure that you guys are going over to She Prints It, and also make sure that you guys are going over to the website. Here's the thing: don't just go to the social media and just stay there. Yeah. Don't do that. I mean, be a support system, but go to the website and shop, please and thank you. There's a lot of different services that she is offering that F2G 100,000% is supporting her on. So and the full business in itself, outside of just She Prints It, but the full network. So make sure that you guys are going over there.
And make sure you follow on Instagram, because you never know when she does gonna pop up live. So you want to be on there knowing what's happening, because she does random pop-ups, y'all. They be real good. So you want to make sure that you are there for all of that. And did y'all hear? I said in the beginning that hubby had the tea. He gave it.
Listen, I don't know what this culture is about having tea, man. I don't get it, but still, okay, let's do that. Like, I don't know.
But Michelle said nose, anything goes. I love it. All right, y'all, we're going to get out of here, but we want y'all to join us right over on Clubhouse at F2G Network. Make sure you're on Clubhouse, F2G Network. We're going to be hitting that site 6:30 on today so that we can do the after party. Y'all can come and hang out if you like. Make sure you asking questions. Ask us anything you want to ask us, and we're going to answer that too. And it's going to be a little bit of some music, acting up a little bit.
Little bit of things. She's acting up and a little bit. Listen, but right now we are going to exit out with a famous song that I really, really love. It is Hall of Fame by Swoop. Go ahead and get into it. Get your rock on, and make sure that you're grinding throughout the rest of this weekend. We love you guys. This is F2GRadio.net.
Love y'all.
Fame on my mind, I'm trying to be the greatest of all time and say it's all God. I've been grinding all day and all night. Hall of Fame on my mind, trying to be the greatest of all time and say it's all God.
time, then say it's all gone. That's all. I've been grinding, got no time for the nonsense. I got goat vibes on my conscience. Oh God, I don't mind if you gon' give me a label. I ain't here for your pesos, only faithful to Jesus. And not a underdog, turn to Cujo mixed with DMX. Under God's turn, so you know you gon' see him flex. Gio, hey, T don't play me no way. We on a way. Now I don't do you on the BK dot, trying to do on your BK West. Yeah, I do all my beats a PK that a do on your beat. Take a smash, then take a smash on it. 80s baby playing Super Smash Brothers, eating mics like I'm not the last of or the past over. I've been passed over, said I wouldn't pop like a flat soda. Said forget your guy, Christian raps over. Y'all choosing sides, I'm designing the entree. Oh, you trying to get big, boy? Well, I'm trying to be Andre, all glory to God name. I've been grinding all day and all night. Hall of Fame on my mind, trying to be the greatest of all time and say it's all God. I've been grinding all day and all night. Hall of Fame on my mind, trying to be the greatest of all time and say it's all God. That's all. I'm not stopping till my mama calling, bruh, telling me she proud of us. Homie saying, yo, your Twitter follower count is up. At your show, they got their hands up like you say you got a gun. And God is how you got it done. This the God that got a son. And I want the doubters listening to this tape saying, house, wait. Funny thing is, they said I was the one who sound like Kanye. For all the labels they assigned me, give a trophy back. For all the labels wouldn't sign me like a Zodiac. I got more drive than a Honda. I got more rhymes than Shonda. Shooting more shots than Kobe Bryant versus 4 guys playing Contra. Cause I know my chances of making it was Eminem to Monk. Did you get it? Slim to none. So I've been grinding all day and all night. Hall of Fame on my mind, trying to be the greatest of all time and say it's all God. That's all. I've been grinding all day and all night. Hall of Fame on my mind, trying to be the greatest of all time and say it's all God.